Welcome back. It is the Buckmaster Show. One of my favorite segments is our monthly Scam Alert, presented by the Better Business Bureau of Southern Arizona. Suzanne Miller is with us. Suzanne is the Director of Communication and Consumer Affairs at the BBB. Suzanne, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Bill?
I'm doing very well. It's good to see you. You had a wonderful trip down in the Caribbean, and it went very well, right?
Yes, Cuba was amazing.
Cuba. You were in Cuba. I love seeing your posts on Facebook. It looks like you had a terrific time.
Yes, no complaints here.
The Torch Awards, 2018 Torch Award winners. Can we go over quickly some of those winners and let our listeners know?
I would love to. Yeah, because we're very proud of them.
First of all, what is the Torch Award?
So the Torch Awards are where we really celebrate businesses who do things the right way with integrity and ethics, and they're really businesses that others want to emulate for success.
Who were some of the winners this year?
So we have 4 categories. We have the ethics, which was Catalina In-Home Services. Very excited for them. Customer excellence was Pima Dermatology. Our Spark Award was Austin Walling from Rebath of Tucson. And then the Good Neighbor Award, which was Razcob Camborian Financial Advisors. So those were the winners, but we really think of all of the finalists as winners too, and they're all listed on our website.
Let's talk a little bit about in this month's Scam Alert. What is this called? Shimming?
Shimming. So you've heard of the skimmers.
Shimmy, Cocoa Bop? No, we're not
it's
talking.
It's not that fun.
No, we're
not at all. Not at all,
This is
Bill.
not fun. Okay. All right.
No, it's, we always talked about the gas skimmers that were happening, and for people to really watch out when they went to the gas pumps.
Yes.
To really make sure that the stickers, and we still say this, make sure the stickers on the sides are not torn. There's nothing that looks suspicious. And what was happening is the skimmers were inside the gas pumps. Well, now there's this thing called the shimmers, and everyone has a different verbiage for it, but we're going to call it shimming for this reason, in that your credit card chip, or the credit card has these chips on them, and it makes it harder for scammers to steal your payment information. But con artists have kind of worked around that, and that's why we're calling it shimming.
This is their workaround.
Because they're always coming up with Plan B and C, right?
Right.
Keeping up with technology.
Yeah.
But what they're doing is it's in a card, which is called a shim, and it's paper-thin, card-sized device, which is embedded in with an embedded microchip and flash storage. And it goes into that slot where your card goes, but it kind of just flips in and then pops over to the right. So you don't know that it's there. And when you insert the card, and it's not just at gas pumps, they're using it at ATMs and any other card reader. They're basically saving your information, and they can use it for your PIN, your card number, and also, to get account information from you.
Oh, boy. So how in the world do you protect yourself now against this?
Well, it's just like we were saying before, where you kind of look at the pump, and you can't really see them in there. But if you put your card in there and it feels really tight, that's a red flag for you. And I would go inside and just let them know to maybe check it out, cancel that transaction, and use another pump. The other thing is, and we say this over and over again for online payments, use a credit card, not your debit card.
Yes, I've heard that.
Because when you use your debit card and they're stealing your information, they now have your PIN as well. So then they have access to your cash, and you just want to be really careful with that. And credit cards, they just have additional security on them. So that's my biggest thing.
I think that is a great takeaway. Credit card is the card of choice in this particular area.
Absolutely.
If there's at all, rather than the debit card, go with a credit card.
Yeah, pay it off every month like you would do anything else, right?
Right.
But use it because it has that additional security on it. And just keep an eye out on those bank accounts and your credit card information just to see if there's unusual charges that are on there. And then, your payment methods, you have that contactless payment methods, And they say that they're not vulnerable to shimming, but try the tap and go. And I actually have seen it used. I don't use it, but they have those little key cards that are tap and go. And that seems to be a little bit of a safer bet if that's an option for you.
And there's more information about this and a lot of information. Really, you've got a whole area on your BBB.org under scam tips that people can find out more. Let's try to work in another one here. And this is concerning free health screening, Suzanne.
Yeah, it's really something that's important to know about because in this day and age, when you can get assistance with your health, that's something that we look forward to. But when you see a sign that says free health screening, and that usually happens for like the local health fairs, senior housing, community centers, those are places where you'll see this being offered. And they're usually an affordable way to stay on top of your health, and most providers are legitimate, but we have been getting a lot of reports, Bill, about scammers using them to bait and steal sensitive personal information.
Oh, no, don't tell me. They want Social Security numbers.
Right, exactly. So when you go, they're not just giving you a free screening. They're saying, fill out this form, give us your information. We'll actually bill your company, your health insurance company for you. You don't have to do anything. Well, when they're asking you for your Social Security information, your Medicare number,
banking
your
information,
like these are red flags. You should not give them away. So if you see a free health screening option, look at what they're requiring in order to get that. And if they want your information, it's not worth it.
Are there some tips you can give us to protect yourself in that arena?
Well, the biggest thing is just guarding your personal information. Like I mentioned, when they're asking you for some information, don't give it. Just don't give it out. Like there's no reason for you to do that. And it actually is illegal to accept anything of value in exchange for medical services.
Really?
Yeah, and I was surprised by that. I didn't know that, but you never trade personal information for free tests. It's illegal. And then don't consent to lab tests without direct orders from your doctor. That's just a safeguard.
That could get kind of risky.
Right, because not only could you be giving your health insurance information out, but you could be they're not really going to be paying that, so you're stuck with that bill. And then, again, like we were saying, keep a close eye on your checking account information. Keep a close eye on correspondence from your medical insurance providers because they could be seeing this happening and then sending you notifications. But if you're not paying attention, that you have lost that piece of, personal identification being stolen.
And again, some of these free health screenings are legitimate. Like for seniors at senior centers, they will take your blood pressure.
Absolutely, and you should. You should do that.
Yeah,
it's really important.
But if someone says, "Well, I'd like to take your blood pressure, but before I do it, I need you to give me your Social Security number, your Medicare number," I mean, that's ridiculous.
It's no longer free because it could very well be that your identity is now stolen.
So again, BBB.org, and I know, Suzanne Miller, you work very hard, you and your team at BBB, to keep this information updated. It is a wonderful resource. You've got all sorts of information, not just about scams, but businesses in town.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right. Whenever you want to hire someone, always check with our business directory first because you want to work with vendors that you can trust. And just look at the reviews, look at the complaints, look at their rating. And if you feel like you need to file a complaint, do that as well. If you're not able to work it out with the vendor directly, we're an unbiased source to help you with that. It makes a difference to work with accredited businesses, but every business is on there, not just accredited.
So if you want to do business, you have some home improvements or something, go to the BBB website and look up the business, right?
Yeah, and our Facebook page, we're always talking about scams. We're always doing segments on local scams that are happening and warnings, just so that you're aware of what's happening in our local community.
Suzanne Miller, it's always a pleasure. You do such a great job at the Better Business Bureau serving Southern Arizona, you and your team. What a great team it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill, and have a great vacation.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it. We'll be right back with our Fox Tucson Theater Arts Report. Margaret Regan, longtime arts writer for the Tucson Weekly, will join us right after this.